Brittany Murphy's unsolved death still remains one of the most troubling Hollywood deaths of our generation, and is one that I still think about to this day. And I have some theories about it. She was famous for movies like 8 Mile, my personal favorite, Sin City, but she's done so many. I mean, we grew up with her. If you're from my generation, if you're a millennial, you're very familiar with Brittany Murphy. Well, she just collapsed on her floor and died back in December of 2009. Nobody really knew why. They didn't do a full autopsy, but the coroner's office did do a preliminary examination, blood test, whatever, and they found out that she died of pneumonia and an iron deficiency, some anemia. Very, very peculiar. She was in her early 30s to collapse like that with no previous signs of illness leading up to that moment was just very strange. The family appeared on like the Letterman show, shortly after, saying that there was no need for an autopsy, which seemed even more peculiar and just brought all these doubts, all these people, commenting on that. Then to make things even stranger, 6 months later, her husband dies of the exact same thing, which is supposed pneumonia, however you say it, and anemia, maybe like iron deficiency. And that's it. That was how the whole situation closed. Now, supposedly, from people that knew the husband, he was a violent and controlling man who abused Brittany, was very controlling, would cut the phone lines, would show up drunk to her movie sets on more than one occasion, made her lose the jobs. He, kind of pulled her away from family. I don't know how you say, isolated her from friends and family, and had a very strange relationship with a mother. If you saw this picture that came out, this is from a photo shoot they did 2 weeks after Brittany's death. That's the mother-in-law. Like, that's Brittany Murphy's mom and her husband. Actually, late husband, not late husband, but husband, whatever. How peculiar. Like, the mother still has her husband. Why wouldn't she just do photos with the husband? And why would you do a photo shoot in the first place? Just so peculiar. The question of like how this con artist, violent, manipulative asshole managed to fool Brittany Murphy into marrying him, even when he was younger. I mean, you look at these two, you're like, he looks like a pile of shit. Let's be honest. What in the world did she see in him? Now, he had no money, had nothing going for him. And had a criminal background, and I'm not saying everybody has a criminal background's bad. I got arrested when I was younger, but this guy was a real piece of work. And, the theories abound. People are still asking, like, what happened with these two? Here's the twister. The home where this happened was previously the home of Britney Spears. Right before she lost her mind, when she shaved her head and do all this crazy stuff. So the chances of that there's some sort of mold or mycotoxins inside the home is very high. It just has gone undetected. And it could have been the same thing that drove Britney Spears crazy, killed Brittany Murphy and her husband. They were just there for longer. Or the whole thing is just like she was an FBI witness, or she was targeted. Both of them were targeted by the mob. They were involved in something shady. Who knows? But I think the toxic mold or some sort of contaminant was in the home. The same thing that affected Britney Spears is very possible. What do you guys think?